Welcome to Smart Agri Hub, your trusted partner in modern farming solutions. Today, we're diving deep into a complete guide on sorghum farming, covering everything from seed selection to harvest, so you can maximize yields, boost profits, and farm smarter. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced grower, this comprehensive guide will provide you with the practical insights and expert tips you need for successful sorghum cultivation. Sorghum, often referred to as the camel of crops, is renowned for its resilience, versatility, and ability to thrive in challenging climates. As global demand for sustainable grains rises, sorghum is gaining popularity among farmers and agribusinesses alike. But what exactly makes sorghum such an attractive crop, and how can you ensure your farm reaps the benefits? Let's start with an overview. Sorghum is a cereal grain widely grown for food, fodder, and biofuel. It's drought-tolerant, requires less water than many other grains, and grows well in regions with high temperatures and low rainfall. This makes it a smart choice for farmers facing climate variability and water scarcity. Sorghum's uses are diverse, from animal feed and human consumption to brewing and renewable energy production. Before you begin planting, it's crucial to understand the major sorghum varieties. Grain sorghum, also known as milo, is typically grown for food and feed. Sweet sorghum is used for syrup and biofuel production, while forage sorghum is cultivated for animal fodder. Hybrid varieties often offer higher yields and improved disease resistance. Selecting the right variety depends on your climate, soil type, and intended use. Consult local agricultural extension services or seed suppliers for recommendations best suited to your region. Let's talk about climate and soil requirements. Sorghum thrives in warm climates with temperatures between 25 and 30 degrees Celsius. It's adaptable to a wide range of soils, but prefers well-drained, loamy soils with a pH between 5.5 and 7.5. Avoid waterlogged or acidic soils, as these can hinder growth and reduce yields. Conduct a soil test before planting to determine nutrient status and pH, allowing you to make informed decisions on soil amendments. Soil preparation is the next critical step. Begin by clearing the field of weeds and crop residues. Plow the land to a depth of about 15 to 20 centimeters to ensure good root penetration. Follow up with harrowing to break up clods and create a fine seed bed. If soil fertility is low, incorporate organic matter such as compost or well-rotted manure to improve structure and nutrient content. Apply recommended basal fertilizers based on your soil test results, focusing on nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which are essential for healthy sorghum growth. Sowing time is vital for optimal sorghum yields. Generally, plant sorghum at the onset of the rainy season, ensuring sufficient soil moisture for germination. In many regions, this means sowing in late spring or early summer. Space rows 45 to 75 centimeters apart and sow seeds at a depth of 2 to 5 centimeters with 12 to 20 centimeters between plants within the row. You can plant manually or use a seed drill for larger fields to ensure uniform seed distribution and optimal plant population, typically aiming for 150,000 to 250,000 plants per hectare. Seed treatment is highly recommended to protect against soil-borne diseases and pests. Treat seeds with appropriate fungicides or insecticides before sowing, and consider using certified disease-free seed to further reduce risks. Once your sorghum is in the ground, early crop management is crucial. Monitor fields for weed growth, especially during the first 6 weeks, as young sorghum plants are vulnerable to competition. Employ pre-emergence and post-emergence herbicides as recommended, or opt for manual weeding if herbicides aren't available. Mulching can also help suppress weeds and conserve soil moisture. Irrigation is an important consideration, even though sorghum is drought-tolerant. Adequate moisture is particularly important during germination, tillering, and flowering stages. If rainfall is insufficient, supplement with irrigation to avoid yield losses. However, be careful not to overwater, as sorghum is sensitive to waterlogging. Nutrient management plays a significant role in achieving high yields. Sorghum responds well to nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium fertilizers. Apply about 60 to 80 kilograms of nitrogen, 40 to 60 kilograms of phosphorus, and 30 to 40 kilograms of potassium per hectare, split between basal and top dressing applications. Micronutrients, such as zinc and iron, may also be necessary in deficient soils. Always follow local recommendations and adjust based on crop growth and soil test results. Pest and disease management is essential for a healthy crop. Common pests include stem borers, aphids, and armyworms. Monitor regularly and use integrated pest management strategies, combining cultural practices, biological controls, and targeted chemical applications when necessary. Diseases like anthracnose, downy mildew, and smut can cause significant losses. Choose resistant varieties, rotate crops, and remove infected plant debris to minimize disease pressure. As your sorghum matures, monitor the crop closely for signs of readiness to harvest. Sorghum is typically ready when the grains are hard and the plant has turned from green to golden brown. This usually occurs 100 to 120 days after sowing, depending on variety and growing conditions. Delaying harvest can increase losses from lodging, bird damage, or shattering. Harvesting can be done manually or mechanically. For small farms, cut the panicles with a sharp knife or sickle. For larger operations, use a combine harvester for efficient grain collection. After harvesting, dry the grains thoroughly to a moisture content of 12 to 14% to prevent mold and spoilage. Proper storage in clean, dry, and pest-proof containers or silos is essential to maintain grain quality. Sorghum farming can be highly profitable if best practices are followed. Integrate smart farming technologies such as weather forecasts, soil sensors, and mobile apps to optimize decision-making and resource use. Explore value-added opportunities such as processing grains into flour, syrup, or animal feed to increase your profits. In summary, successful sorghum farming requires careful planning, proper crop management, and a willingness to embrace innovation. By selecting the right variety, preparing your soil, following best practices in planting and crop care, and adopting modern tools, you can achieve high yields and contribute to sustainable agriculture. Thank you for joining us at Smart Agri Hub. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more expert tips on modern agriculture. Share your sorghum farming experiences or questions in the comments below. We love hearing from our community. Happy farming, and may your fields be ever bountiful.